Special other than talk, okay? And anybody can say anything they like, but I have some questions I'm going to probably ask, and just because I want to try to understand things. Now, I'm not going to fix everything. My job is not. I just want to try to understand a little bit about what's happening. And you still have really beautiful, cute eyes, you know that, even as you fall over.
She's getting tired.
She's so cute.
Oops.
So that's the whole idea here. The whole idea is we're just going to talk some, okay? Now, I understand.
Scott, can you just pass her a blanket off the top of the buggy, please?
And how old is she?
She's 19 months.
Oh, big girl.
Yeah.
Big girl. So, you've got a whole household of kids here, huh?
No, this is not mine. This is my grandchild.
Oh, okay.
No, James is my eldest, and then the twins. She's not mine.
You are twins.
Yeah.
I missed that. Wow. Now I see. So, if you're twins, does that mean you do twin things? Like you gang up to go after your mom? Give her a hard time?
No, each other.
No, each
Oh,
other.
you gang up to go after each other? Now, do you go? You've got a brother here that's not a twin. Is that hard? No.
No, he gets on very well with Scott, James and Scott. Cara and James clash.
I see.
Big attitude problems between James and Cara.
See, usually, isn't it that the twins stick together?
But sometimes they do. Now, if somebody was hurting Cara, it's Scott be there to look after her, and vice versa.
Okay.
But the two of them are gang up now with him. But if James does something to Cara, then Scott would hit James, and it just goes round and round and round. But James and Scott be very good friends now because they play football and all. But they're brothers. Where the two of them, Cara and James, clash.
You play football?
Yeah.
What do you play?
Knockmitten down the road from where we live.
What positions do you play?
Centre back.
Left back and left mid.
My son played center back and left back. He's not 19.
I
but-
used to play for
And what did you play?
forward. And then play it and
I was the only
down.
one to pass to her.
You were the only one that passed to her?
Yeah, and I was the only girl on the team as well.
You're tough, the girl then, huh? Good for
Stronger
you.
than me.
Good for you. Hey, tell me a little bit about what's going on in the family that would bring you guys to come see us, because I know that you came through the guidance counselor, you came through the school counselor. That's where
Yeah, that was through school because James was getting in a lot of trouble in school. Personality clash, I don't know what it was. And James would bring the waterworks on to get out of it, to make me feel sorry for him. And then I am very easy on him, and then I'll pull him out. Like, if anybody gives out to him, nobody gives out to my son. But he needs to be given out to. But it's like he has a problem with more of the male teachers than he had with the female teachers. Because, I don't know, a man probably shouts louder than a female would, and puts you into your place quicker than the female teacher would. And he's a Spanish teacher, and he was getting on great for her and everything like that. But it was just, his teachers were just constantly ringing me up because grades were dropping and everything like that. But like an instant there, he had a science test there last week, and I think he failed it. Brought the sheet home, I sat down and studied, and the next day he got 79%. So it's just, we don't know if it's just a lack of, he's no interest in it. But when he puts his mind to it, he's well able to do it.
See, what's interesting to me is you're able to get him to do it. So you don't have any trouble then getting homework
No, I
done?
don't have trouble at my home with his language and stuff like that, and not doing things that he's been asked to do. Silly things, and has me, oh my God, I'd be screaming and shouting and roaring at him like, it goes in one ear and out the other one. That's the problem with James and his attitude towards life, but he does it in school though as well.
Is it, I have to just ask a couple questions if it's okay. What do you think? You scream and yell, you get so frustrated, you get really mad, you get really angry, and it goes in one ear and out the other?
Yeah, with him. Oh yeah.
But is that okay with you?
No, but that's why I said James needs some ground rules. If I say no, and then two are the same. If I say no, that means no, instead of keep at me. Like, they had an argument, the two boys there, I don't know, one kicked the other or something went on, and he ended up grounding him because it was him that boxed him. And then after 10 minutes I can put up him, I said, right, go out to play. So there was no point in me grounding him, and then because you get, why am I grounded? And he keeps at me, knows what buttons to press, and I James, just go back out to play. Things like that. He needs, like, if I say, right James, you're in now, and that's the end of it. That's it. Okay, Mum, I'm sorry, I'll stay in. Can I go out tomorrow? Yeah, that's no problem.
So James is smart.
James is very smart.
Because he knows
he
knows the difference between you when you mean it and when you don't.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
And James will keep pressing them buttons, and then he knows I will give in. Now his daddy won't give in to him, but I'll give in to him. I give in to them too as well.
Okay.
But like, it's just, I started going because he, Mommy, please, I'm really sorry, Mommy, can I get out? Because I don't want to listen to him. And that's wrong though either. If he's grounded, he has to stay in. But it's just his attitude towards life, and I understand he's going through puberty and everything like that, but he can't use that excuse for everything.
No, I understand. I'm, if you don't mind, I want to go back to something just a little bit.
Well, don't take it out, pretty girl.
Does it really drive you crazy when you, I mean, maybe it's with all three of them, soon to be four of them, or no, with all three of them. Maybe, does it really drive you crazy that you say things and it goes in? So does it happen the same thing
Always happens
in
with
one
them,
ear and out the ear,
them
out
two,
the other?
well, more Cara and James. Scott is fine. No, Scott hasn't got an attitude, and I won't say he hasn't. He knows if I tell him he's a bit of a temper tantrum now. But if I tell Scott to do something, 9 out of 10, Scott will do it. There's no attitude at him. But Cara and James would be the same. They'd be at me. Two of them have the same personality. But Cara is smart as well. She knows exactly what she's doing. Tell the man what you done the other day. What did you hear about Cara O'Sullivan done the other day? Go on, tell him. Caught Cara O'Sullivan, 11 years of age, smoking in her bedroom.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I got an awful fright because she threw the cigarette into a bin which was full of paper, and it could have went up. Now, we don't know, like, has she done it before, or what's the story? We can't get any information now, she won't tell us.
Right.
But he done it as well when he was 8.
Yeah, sure. So here's the interesting thing. You seem very calm at the fact that at least two of your children have, you called it an attitude. What do you mean by that? They have an attitude.
It's just the way they go on and they bite at me, because when I was brought up, I have to say, when I was being brought up as a child, we weren't allowed course or anything in front of them. We'd get a slap right in the back of the legs when my father never hit me. Right. My mother used to do it. But if we done anything wrong, we'd be grounded. That's it. You wouldn't turn, please, man, please. That's it. You go to your room, the end of it. And I just feel like they're all walking over me, like, and they're going, hold a minute. If I said no, means no. But James and Cara, he's not too bad because he doesn't get in trouble that much. He's actually quite good as a young fella. They don't do what I say, like, and I'm there going, oh, just what they're not going to do. Right, get out.
Cara, you and James, do you know the difference between when your mom is serious and when she's not serious? Do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're really smiling. You really.
And she's laughing now.
You both get this, don't you? So you know when you need to pay attention and when you don't need to pay attention, right?
Yep.
Cara? Yeah. It's kind of funny, isn't it, that you know your parents so well that you know. Now your dad's different, right?
Yeah. Haven't cracked him yet.
It's good that you have a couple more challenges. Have you cracked him yet?
No.
Because he's consistent and he stays. Is that why? Because there's no way around him. Okay. Your mom thinks this is a bad attitude, but she doesn't get it, does she? She doesn't realize that it's not that you have a bad attitude. The two of you are really smart. Do you know that it's smartness instead of a bad attitude? Do you know what I mean by that? Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
No.
You have 2 kids, probably 3, Scott, and I don't want to leave you out because this is actually kind of it's a good thing it comes off and not so nice. It doesn't always feel good to your mom. But you have 2 kids that can tell the difference of when they need to act and when they don't have to act.
Yeah.
You know, that is not a small thing to come by in life. That's a pretty big thing to learn. They already got that.
Yeah. But it's just like, they get, now, I will tell you, I do spoil them. Because I'm adopted myself, right? And I feel that I need to give them, I wanted, something belongs to myself, so I do give them into them a lot easier, and that's probably why they are the way they are, and they are spoiled rotten. But still, at the end of the day, if I say no, they should look back, oh, Mum's have to do this, she does this, where she got us this, I give them money when they need it and say, okay, Mum means business, I'll stop. But they just keep on going and going, and then I'm going, right, I won't spoil them anymore. Oh, shut up, have Coke. That's Georgie. Tell James that's yuck.
So, yeah, that's an interesting thing, isn't it? Because it's sort of like, on the one hand, they're really smart, and on the other hand, they probably aren't old enough yet to know that, to be able to think through the thing that you're just describing right there, which is they should realize how much I do for them, etc.
Yeah.
They probably don't get that part.
Well, they should, because they get everything. Don't you tell him, James, you get everything off me, don't you?
Yeah.
I do.
Notice that they proudly say that. And they proudly say that not in a bad way, but they proudly say that in a good way, which is that they've got a great way of figuring out how to get the kinds of things that they want. And you, what's really nice is you provide it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Great
Congratulations. What?
Great mother.
Great mother. Great
Which
mother?
should be treated with respect.
Isn't that a funny word, respect?
Because if I can give it to them, they can give it to me. And it's nice to get it back. Sometimes even
Yeah, I
say,
agree.
thanks mum, I love you, thanks
I
a million.
hear you.
Something like that, or even a
I
cuddle
hear you.
here and there.
Or do
It'd be
something
nice.
that you shouldn't have to tell us.
Pardon?
Yeah, there would be a way,
Like,
wouldn't
do
it?
something that you don't have to tell us, like
Yeah.
do the
Yeah.
dishwasher or
Yeah.
Well,
clean our
he's
rooms
laughing again.
or-
That's James's job to do the dishwasher.
But see, James knows. I mean, you all know this. You know all the things you could do, right?
Mhm.
Because your mom sounds like to me she's done a really good job of explaining to you what you could do, right? So you know you could do special things that she didn't ask. You know you could just do your regular chores, empty the dishwasher.
Yeah.
You got a dishwasher, pretty cool, huh? At least you don't have to do the dishes. But you know you could empty it, right, James?
Yeah.
But you guys don't.
Well, we sometimes do and sometimes we don't.
But no, be truthful. When do you do it? How many times do I've been out, my head been nearly coming off the screaming and shouting at me to get them to do that. How many times, James, do I have to get you? I say it once, then I say it again,
And again.
and again, and again, and I can feel it's like steam coming down my ears just to do a dishwasher. Empty it for me, that's all.
And it gets bigger, and it gets
And it
bigger,
gets, and
it
he,
gets
he
bigger.
I do it a minute, I do it, and I'm like, I fucking do it now, James. And then he gets up to do it when he knows he's after hitting that button
And
and
then-
made me go mental.
And after you've gone mental, then do you calm down right away?
Oh, well, I'd walk out of the room. I said, geez, James, there's no need to go through all this. Just get it done. Like,
Okay.
now, I've been quite sick myself. Now, I got my gallbladder taken out in January. And I rested for 3 weeks. And I said, right, this is, I'm going on a diet and everything like that. Look after myself. And I ended up being rushed back in. And that was just the stress. Now, they helped out a little bit, but not as, they should have helped me a bit more.
Okay.
And they thought I had a stroke. No, I didn't have a stroke. Thanks be to God, I didn't have a stroke.
Okay.
But I came back out of hospital, it's back to the same thing again. Like, well, Scotty was great. But James was great for a while, and then James goes back to his old ways now because Mammy was sick. I look after Mammy. He's laughing, see, he knows what I'm talking about. And then goes back to his old ways, being cheeky and just not doing what he's told. And Madam is exactly the same.
Do you get as frustrated with yourself as you get with them because you let them walk over you?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like, I'm
So
just
you
like,
get mad at yourself too, don't you?
Yeah, and we're going, oh my God, he's only 13. Like, but I'm looking back to my childhood. I never spoke to my mother the way he's like, and I'm 36. Still wouldn't talk to me the way he talks to me. Like,
Yeah.
even my mother be kind of, did he just say that to you? But they don't say it to my mother. It's
Well-
just like it's me for some reason.
Do you know why?
No,
I think I know why.
right?
I don't know them at all, so I'm going to guess, but I think I have a pretty good guess. Because they trust you enough to know that they can be honest with you, and they don't think that they trust your mom enough to be honest with her. They know what you're going to do. They know that you'll back down. They know that you'll love them in the end, and they know that you'll support them no matter what.
Right.
And it's real, and that's why they're willing to talk back to you.
And how do I get to that
Well,
stage?
we'll get to that, but the important beginning is, I think sometimes, if you've noticed what I've noticed, is my son treats other people better than he treats me sometimes.
Yeah, but everybody will tell you that.
I mean, really,
Yeah.
really. Most parents will tell you that. to
Yeah.
a kid. And I think I've tried to figure out why, because, if you've got two kids that are really smart, they trust that you'll take it.
Yeah.
They trust that they can be honest with you.
Yeah.
Now, with your mom, James Carr, do you talk back to your grandma?
No.
What would your grandma do if you talked back to her?
Don't know.
Don't want to find out either, do you?
No.
See what
So
I
I wouldn't
mean?
even do it.
And
like,
you don't want to find
No.
out either, do you?
Like, I wouldn't do it with my mother. There's no way.
Right.
Like, she was great and everything.
But were you honest with your mother?
Oh, yes. But I
mean,
think it's a totally different way. The way we were brought up as kids, right, to now. Because you didn't have McDonald's, cinemas, this and that when I was growing up.
Yep.
But there's more of it now. And it's every
Yep.
weekend, the carnival, it's this, James, I haven't got the money for it.
Right.
And keeps at me. I'm going to give it to him.
And see, and I guess we can come to that, figuring out what to do. But I guess I'm trying to figure out a more important thing. Because you said a word that was really important to me at the very beginning. First thing you said. And they have an attitude.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm not so sure about that. because I don't know that they have an attitude as much as they have trust in you.
Right.
I don't know if they have an attitude as much as they know you better than maybe you knew your mom, or like me, better than I knew my dad.
Yeah.
Part of the reason I never did bad stuff to my dad is because he would have killed me, and the other part is because I didn't really know how he'd kill me.
Yeah.
So I was kind of scared. I knew it'd be bad, but I didn't know how bad it would be or in what way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I never was very honest with him. My son says lots more to me that I don't want to hear, but I think he's being really honest with me. So I just want to say to you, you know, you while this is not easy to handle, and I totally get it,
Yeah.
you've got something really special with these kids.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't you more honest with you? I mean, aren't you more yourself?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with your, and especially if you compare it to your grandma, like with your grandma, are you as much yourself as you are with your mom?
No,
How about even with your dad? Are you as much yourself with your dad as your mom?
not as much. No.
Not as much. More so, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's really, some of this comes from an honesty, right? Do you know what I mean by that, Cara? Yeah, that you feel comfortable enough to say and to do? Okay. Kind of weird to see it as honesty, isn't it?
Yeah. Though it is. Yeah.
But isn't it a
Yeah,
weird
it's
way?
just
It's
odd,
really
yeah.
an honesty thing, isn't it?
And my nana treats, like, buys me everything nearly every weekend. And gets my brothers barely anything. But gets me nearly everything.
And
But
so,
we also get,
Buys me.
when she'd get like stuff, we'd get money and we'd go out in our own thing.
Like, we get
Because we're our
20 euro
friends.
every week, so.
nice. Nice. Do you think you guys have an attitude?
Kinda, yeah.
Tell me what the attitude is, James.
Talking back, like
Yeah.
being cheeky.
Yeah. Yeah. Being a little older and treating your mom almost like an equal as opposed to a mom a little bit?
Yeah.
Do you treat her a little bit like you might treat a friend?
Not really, because I treat my friends with respect and then sometimes I can fight with them and all.
But with a parent, somebody that you love and you care about, you're a little more careful.
Yeah.
But you're also willing to be yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. And same for you? Okay. So do you think you have an attitude?
Kinda.
Kind of what way?
Giving cheek.
Yeah. Kind of honest. I mean, but it's a really honest way to be with you. I mean, it's kind of nice that they're not afraid of you.
Yeah.
It means that it's a real challenge for you.
Yeah.
Because instead of having to like build their trust in you, you have to try to figure out a way to be clear to them when you're serious.
Yeah.
That's a different problem than other parents have.
Yeah.
Other parents where their kids are scared to death of them. Don't you have friends who's scared of their parents and don't ever?
Not
No,
really.
not anybody.
One of my like best friends lost his mother and he never gives feedback to his dad, and his dad lets him do everything
Yeah,
and they get on very well.
yeah. See, the funny thing about, you know that the parents have a really difficult spot. Do you know that? What's the spot?
Kids, you have to look after them, you have to feed them,
Clothe them.
You have to look after them.
Make sure they're okay.
You have to feed them. You have to make sure they're
Make sure
okay.
their health is okay.
And you have to make sure they turn into good people. And that's where parents get really afraid, is that sometimes that their kids aren't going to turn into good people. Because when I listen to your mom, James, talk about you, you know what I hear? She's worried about how you're going to turn out.
I've already said that too, didn't I? Didn't want you to get in the wrong crowd or anything like that, didn't I?
Do you see what I mean about that? Is they have this big worry. Oh, look how cute. Yeah, pretty close. Do you know what I mean about having this big worry about whether you'll be okay?
Yeah.
It's nothing she can do. It's nothing she can do anything about, but it's still something she worries. So you were? Am I right that you're worried about his?
Yeah, I'm worried about his future and everything like that because the way he's settled back down in school. I was called up to the school and everything like that. Now I felt very intimidated when I went up to the school, and he could see that as well, because I was told there was one teacher coming into me, and it was 8 males, and here I'm going, I couldn't go into that room, 8 males on my own, and 1 female, and she only stayed in the room for me. And his science teacher just kept shouting and giving out about him constantly, and then the English teacher then had his go as well. But I felt like I was like that, like they were standing on top of me, so I got an awful fright. He was roaring crying, and I said, look, I have to go. I said, I can't sit in this room anymore. So I walked out with him. But after that meeting, I was called up again, but it was only 1 male teacher, and I didn't mind that. It was 1-to-1. And ever since that, he's getting on great.
James, what happened?
Just kept getting in trouble a lot.
No, but what happened that you changed?
Like, I didn't want my man getting called up, you know, because she
Yeah.
gets treated like dirt by the teachers, and I don't like that. And, like, my science teacher, don't like him. Like, I threw a test in the bin because I didn't need it, and he rang my ma. One day I forgot to go to a retest, he rang my ma.
Mammy.
Stupid little things.
And so here's, this is sort of nice because, and I don't know if you two do it too, you also protect your mom
Yeah.
a lot, don't you? So you kind of let your stuff with the science teacher, you set it aside so that you could protect your mom.
No, I still don't get on.
No, I don't mean that you like him and get along with him, but I mean, you're gonna, it sounds like you're working really hard not to get her to where she has
He's
to
the
come.
only teacher that rang my since the meeting.
Yeah.
And he basically told me that he's trying to keep me with my mum until my attitude changed. But I don't have an attitude towards him. Like, with the true test in the bin, I don't want the test. I don't really care about science. I don't want to be a science teacher or anything to do with science when I'm older. But he'll stay with my mum over little tiny stupid things.
But you need not have an attitude like that. I don't want to know about science or anything. At the end of the day, you shouldn't have thrown the test in the bin. This is what the argument was. James threw the test in the bin, and as the teacher wanted James to bring the test home and look at the test what he got wrong,
Right.
to repeat it the next day.
Right.
But no, he wasn't doing that. That's why I got the phone call. He wasn't doing that. He threw it in the bin and walked out of the classroom. So that was the teacher's fault. But other than that, the teacher is, if James puts his foot out of line, he'll ring me. And I'm like, oh God, I don't want to talk to you again. You know,
So what's really nice is you also know that, right? You know he's being, you know. that he's
I know
good.
James has an attitude in school. Like
No,
this.
but you also know that James is also getting a raw deal in some ways.
Yes.
Because in schools, it doesn't take much of an attitude before everybody starts to treat you that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just want James to do well. Like, it's just, what he's nearly finished first year. He's finished next Monday, is it?
Next
Next
Thursday.
Thursday or Friday.
Oh,
Like, that's his
congratulations.
first year gone already. Like, and I want him to have a good attitude in that school, that he gets on great with the teachers, and you go to school to enjoy yourself. I know they get homework and everything. We all hate homework. I hated it as well when I was in school. But you're supposed to enjoy yourself when you go into school, and keep that zipped. While he's in his class, he has his little 5-minute breaks for the next class and lunch, and then do whatever he wants to do. But once he's in and somebody's teaching him, he should just learn to keep it. But it's silly things he does,
Yeah, sure.
like drinking out bottles, and it's just,
Right.
he's 14 now. He's not expected or the baby to do it. Not even them. Like, but it's just silly things. It's like he wants the attention on him, and nobody else in the class is getting it. Oh, kind of that way.
Well, yeah, and maybe it's that. Maybe it's that, and maybe it's not that. It's not so easy to be a mom, is it?
No,
When you care,
no.
because
I
there's
thought it would be easy.
yeah, but it's not so easy,
No,
right?
no.
You know, and the funny thing is, you have the hardest part of being a mom. You've already got that accomplished.
Oh yeah.
No, seriously, look at you've got, and he gets away with so much because he's sitting here. No one's ever said a word to him.
Yeah, I was just saying
somehow,
that to him.
somehow he gets to sit there because it's so quietly. But my guess is all three of your kids are smart enough to know you.
Yeah.
They trust you and they're honest with you. They're honest enough with you to be themselves and not hide it, which is not always fun. Sometimes it's really irritating, right?
Yeah.
So that's the hardest part about being a parent. You got that done.
Yeah.
The harder part is the next step, which is that how you can also teach them, you know, about some of the things they need to do different, and then just sometimes there are parts about letting them be.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I understand that. Like, they know themselves. Guys, don't just get away with a good bit. I let you away with it. You're like doing stuff and everything like that. I don't say, oh no, you're not doing that. I'd be like, oh no, go ahead and do it. I don't wrap them up in cotton wool or anything like that.
No, I understand that, and that's what I mean is, but you said some really interesting words, and I don't know if they're words. Have an attitude, need to learn, I mean, this is one of those kind of things at 14,
Yeah.
it's kind of up to James now to find his way.
Yeah, see, James?
Do you know what I mean by that, James?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
To me, not different thing.
Well, tell me what you think.
Respect my mum more.
Well, not really. I mean, I think out of the things like school, this science teacher that doesn't like you, you and he don't get along, right?
No.
James, would you look?
Oh, it's fine. He's fine. I mean, he's got a cute little baby laying in his lap. How sweet can that be? I mean, you know, nice. This guy doesn't like you. He's not going to like you no matter what you do, is he?
No.
No. So you have to figure out a way to just not make it any worse, because you're not going to make them like it.
No.
It's not going to happen, right?
But I can get taken out with science tests. There's four people that's got taken out of that science test. So I could be one if I asked, and my mum came up to the school to get me taken out. Like, I can go to a different science class.
But you only have a few days left till you're done.
Yeah, so I just have to
Doesn't
wait.
work. Yeah, it doesn't matter now, right?
No.
But see, that may be a thing that you and your mom can do at a different time. I mean, maybe you two could work that out. That would be up to whether she decided. Because it's a sort of a funny thing. Sometimes staying in it and learning how to make it work out is a better lesson than fixing it by getting out of it.
Yeah, that's.
You know what I mean by that, Jen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to sit through the pain and figure it out yourself.
Mhm.
Like maybe in some ways the science teacher's teaching you some interesting things. No, nothing about science.
No.
What happened?
He said something loud.
Oh, I'll be quiet. You know, he's not teaching you about science. He's teaching you about how to hold your temper. Right?
Yeah.
Because now you know you can't. So you have to hold your temper. So he's really teaching that temper lesson, isn't he?
Yeah.
But what can your mom do about that? There's not much she could really do with that, can
No,
she?
she can come in and like get me out of class.
She could do that if she needed to, and it sounds like you rely on her for that. But beyond that, your mom just has to support you. She can't kind of tell you what to do anymore, huh?
No.
How old are you?
11.
11. And you're also, that makes you 9, right? No, 11. I'm just
No.
joking. Do you know what I mean about your mom and maybe her mom having to let you guys go a little bit in terms of, what do you think I mean about that?
Scott, somebody got your tongue?
What?
Somebody got taken your tongue?
This is a nerve. This is a kind of weird situation, I guess. But do you know what I mean about that? About sometimes you don't know what I mean. Because sometimes you know why you don't know what I mean? Because sometimes I say stupid things I don't know what they mean either. So let me see if I can say it again a little bit differently. You know, when I listen to the four of you talk, what I hear is I hear a mom that cares a lot. That cares a lot and tries to help and tries to help. A mom that is willing to give you anything, and a mom that all three of you, I don't think it's just you two, I think Scott knows her well too. He knows how to find his way. He's found his way around by just being the good one. So, you know, he gets what he wants that way, right?
Yeah.
And you two get what you want in a different way. You figured out how to work with one another. So the problem then is not that. The problem is what? What's the problem?
Mommy gives in too quick.
Respect.
See, respect is a funny thing. Respect is
Big word.
It's a big word with a lot of meaning to it. Do you respect your mom? Do you know what respect means?
Treat her nice.
I mean, but not only that, but do you respect all the things she's accomplished and done for you? And yeah, and James, you too? I mean, do you
Yeah.
respect her in that sense?
Yeah.
That's different than always doing what she asks. A little different?
They go a bit different.
Okay, quite a bit different?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can like what someone's done, right? You can
Yeah.
appreciate what they've done and have good feelings about what they've done,
And
but
they
then you may
will-
not always do what they say.
Yeah, and if they do something nice for you, if you want someone to treat you nice, then you should do it back.
And that's where you guys are not doing quite enough. I bet you do a lot of things, but there are certain things she's looking for that you're not doing. And I guess that's the part that I'm not sure is the total meaning of respect. You know what I'm trying to say? It sounds to me when you three talk, you do respect your mom. She does a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
She raised you. She helps you.
Yeah.
She gets you stuff. And all that, right? So when you don't do what she asks, are you being disrespectful, or are you just getting what you want?
The both of them.
Both of them. Yeah. And you come back to respect as meaning you should do something nice for her.
Yeah, like she doesn't have to ask us
Yeah.
to.
That's not always so easy to do. That's a
She's
right
in
answer.
shock.
Oh no, they know that.
Yeah, exactly.
They know the answers to this.
Yeah.
I mean, and I guess that's my point is when I'm listening, that's why I make it such a big deal of this. I think that they know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not so sure it's about respect. I think it's more the kids sometimes don't do the stuff they're supposed to do, and it's a pain, and
Yeah.
it's really irritating.
But it's constant. It's not just like,
Well, maybe what we could do is we could look at ways to get them to do things differently, so that you didn't have to keep going around and around and always
yeah,
struggling
like in
with it.
Egypt.
Yeah, so maybe there's some different ways to ask and some different ways to do things like that.
Yeah,
Those are things we could be really helpful with.
yeah,
But the bigger thing is, I'm not so sure it's as big a thing as respect,
right.
right? Because that's pretty important.
Uh,
If I didn't think my son respected me, I would be really upset.
uh,
Which is what makes you upset too,
Yeah.
right?
exactly.
So what if you went to your husband after we left and you said to the dad, "Hey, this person we talked to, this American guy, said that it wasn't that they didn't respect me; they just tried to get what they could get." What would he say?
But he chooses the word respect. He doesn't. He thinks I let them walk all over us.
Well, that's different than respect.
Yeah, well, he thinks like he goes, you give in to them too easy, you give them out and they just walk all over you, which he's telling the truth, they do. But it's me, I won't stop.
Well, isn't it kind of nice to do things for him?
Yeah, I know, but it's nice, as Cara just said there as well, it's nice to do something nice back instead of me having said like even
I agree.
James to make me a cup of tea nearly
I
kills him.
agree.
Do you know,
I
think
agree.
just
I like the tea all
yes
the
it
time.
does.
I make it
Like
for
little things like
I
that,
agree.
like when I'm really tired,
I
oh
agree.
James, you put the kettle on, oh my, why does Cara have to do it? You know, things like that. So yes ma'am, I put it on, no problem. If you just put the kettle on for me, I get up and make it myself. Scotty does it for me.
But not all kids are perfect though.
Not all mummies are perfect.
So if it is the tea kettle, I guess what you're basically saying is you're saying, show me a little,
Yeah, exactly.
right? And I guess what you're saying a little bit is, I've done enough, and sometimes I get tired enough that I like something back,
Yeah. Something small like
right?
cup of tea, glass of water,
I'm not sure that that's respect as much as
a hug.
that's a thing to try to figure out between them.
Little Bicky. Bicky and tea. A little cupcake.
Those things I think you can get them to do, because listen to them, they know what they are.
Yeah.
I mean,
Scott does it.
does that surprise you?
Yeah, but Scott now, like, he turned around to me yesterday and Scott, will you please put the kettle? Nothing. Went in and put the kettle on. You ask him to do it, ask her.
I do it.
Like, I know you do it sometimes. But James said, oh, can you not get somebody else to do it? Scott not do it. I asked him yesterday evening, I said, Scott, do us a favour, love. Will you put the kettle on for Mommy? And he brought me in a lovely cup of tea. I'd be waiting an hour to get the tea off James. Like, going the way.
Oh.
You made it on
You
Sunday
know, and
morning, though.
I'd still be waiting for a cup of coffee from my son, and
Oh, Scott
it would be
Scott
weeks.
can be very helpful when he wants to be, but he can be very lazy as well when he wants to be. Do you know that kind of way?
Like cleaning.
So the struggle here is to show each other that you care. Is that the struggle between the four of you?
Yeah.
Keep on telling. If you do, and tell me what the other part of it is then.
What else is it, Scott?
Well,
But that goes on between the four of you.
But you don't need your phone.
I'm just saying.
If it rings, it'll surprise her.
Yeah, you should wake up rather fight. What do you think that goes on in the house? Why do you think I'm so stressed with your dreams all the time? Why do I have to shout and scream constantly at you when I'm asking you to do something?
sometimes we ignore you.
Sometimes, you mean all the time? Unless it was something nice that you wanted to do, you'd be jumping on me straight away. I'd be like, right, there's €20 for the carnival. They'd run straight away.
Of course.
If they were asked to do something
Of course.
and say, Mommy, it's like I'd be like, I have a
Of
splitting
course.
headache, I'm so tired, please do this.
Of course.
War breaks out in the house.
But you understand that where that comes from, right?
Oh yeah.
That understands that that's the difference between knowing that they need to stop and not. And see, there's different lines. They know the real line. You start trying to make the line earlier, but it's not the real line. When it comes to the real line, it sounds like it works out okay.
Yeah.
True? You know what I mean by that, James? When it comes down to really important, you'll stop?
Yeah.
Like the story you told me about school, where you saw what your mom had to go through in school, that she had to go to a room of guys that were yelling at her. You didn't want that to happen again to her, did you?
Oh.
You changed a bunch of things so that wouldn't happen to her again, right?